Good afternoon, everybody. Dan Lopez here, your host of Lunch with Local Legends, a weekly Facebook Live show where we interview local businesses, professionals, tradesmen, and community leaders. Today, my very special guest is Mrs. Heather Castro.
Hi, everyone.
How you doing today, Heather?
I'm doing great.
Outstanding. Well, thank you for coming on board and talking with everybody today. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Heather. My husband and myself, his name's Errol. Unfortunately, he was not able to make it today. We work as a team within Legends Realty. We do residential property management and sales throughout Central Florida. And here recently, we're really focusing on our social media marketing, which has definitely been a challenge for me. So I'm trying to come out of my comfort zone and come in front of the camera so that everyone can get to know me and trust me as their local realtor.
Outstanding. Well, obviously, you've got a very pleasant speaking voice and very outgoing personality. You have no trouble at all getting in front of the camera. Just be yourself, and you're doing an outstanding job. So what made you want to get into property management?
So at a very young age, I was following in my mother's footsteps. She was a property manager. And in high school, I actually became an admin assistant for the property management department. And it just became naturally for me to continue doing property management as I got my license. And today I've been licensed for almost 9 years in April. And I continue to do property management as well, now sales within Central Florida.
Very cool. So when you say Central Florida, I mean, any specific cities that we're looking at?
Yeah, so we actually service all of Seminole County, West Volusia, and East Orange County.
Very good. All right. Do we ever sneak into Lake County?
We do occasionally. Sorrento is like, I like Sorrento, not too far. Mm-hmm. We just try to go like an hour both directions from our office.
Very good.
And we're on Lake Mary.
All right. Well, I want to say hello to Tina.
Hi,
Thank
Mom.
you for coming on board, Tina. And a quick hello to Richard. Thank you, Richard, for coming on board. Appreciate that.
Thanks for joining.
If anybody has any questions for Heather, please feel free to chime right in, and we'll do our best to make sure that it gets answered. Okay, so in the business of property management, when an owner contacts you wanting to list their home for rent, what are the steps involved?
So first, an owner will reach out to us and say that they're ready to list their property. We'll ask them a little bit more about their home, any particular upgrades that their home has to offer, and then we'll prepare a free rental analysis. And that's free for all of our owners. There's no obligation whatsoever. And basically, we'll gather comps within the area of other rented homes and give them a rental range based on those comparable rentals. And we provide that to the owners. And then from there, we like to schedule an appointment because that would basically be sight unseen without us seeing the property. We'd like to schedule an appointment to meet with the owners directly, answer any questions that they may have at that time, and also confirm our rental range once we see the property, and go over our services and our pricing with those owners at that time.
Outstanding. Okay. And then I assume the same steps are involved if somebody contacts you with an interest in selling their home?
Yep, it'd be sale. Basically the same thing. It's a comparative market analysis for sales, and we would still gather other comparables that have sold in the area, also recent active listings, and prepare them with an analysis for sales as well. So basically, you first do your homework at the office, getting those comps prepared, and then we really like to, of course, see the property. I think face-to-face is really important, meeting the owner so they get to know you, they trust you, that they have good relationship with you, that they know what to expect as far as communication is concerned, what your marketing plan is going to be. So they really feel comfortable with the agent that they're deciding to go with for their investment or their sale or whatever they choose to do.
Very cool. It looks like Jackie Stansel has joined us. Hey, Jackie. How you doing? Oh, Danielle has joined us as well. Hey, Danielle, how you doing? Thank you for coming on board. Again, if anybody has any questions for Heather, just please go ahead and chime in. So it sounds like a free rental analysis is very similar to a CMA, a comparative market analysis.
Yes,
right?
it is. So for the rental side, right now, we do have 3 different options available for our owners and investors to choose from with our property management services. Okay. And we're actually running great promotions at this time as well. Our highly recommended and our most popular service is our full service property management. Basically, we do everything from start to finish for our owners. They get to sit back, relax. They don't have to worry about anything with their investment. We handle that all for them from the beginning stages of advertising the property, then showing the property, screening all the applicants, getting them secured in a lease, getting the lease executed, moving them in, giving them the keys, And then once they're living there, the ongoing maintenance of the property, we do biannual property reviews of the home. And then once they move out, the move out process, claims against the secure deposit, and then getting the next tenant in a timely manner as well. So we do all of that for our owners. They don't really have to worry about anything. That's what they're hiring us for, and we really enjoy doing that.
Outstanding. Well, it sounds like you really know your stuff. You've been doing this a little while.
Yeah, I hope
so. Very cool. So how do you go about screening?
So what we're looking for our screening, we do a thorough background check, as well as a credit report. On the credit, we're looking for items such as bankruptcies, foreclosures, evictions, repossessions, credit scores lower than a 600. We're also reaching out to their employer to check their income. The household income requirement combined would be at least 3 times the amount of the rent or more. And then we're also reaching out to their current and their previous landlord to make sure that all the rental payments were current and up to date. No non-sufficient funds. If they had any pets, was there any damages caused by the pets? Would they rent to them again? All those kind of questions, just to make sure that we're putting a qualified tenant into the investor's properties.
Holy mackerel! So it's not just checking the pulse of the person to see.
We really want to make sure that we're putting quality tenants into our properties, because one of the services that is huge for us is we offer eviction protection. So basically that guarantees all the tenants that we procure into our home. We have a very low eviction rate, but in the event that they ever default in rent because life happens, job loss, divorce, certain circumstances that come up and they don't have any other option, we would definitely pay for the cost of the eviction entirely for our owners. So we guarantee all the tenants that we procure into our properties.
Guarantee the tenant. Very cool. All right. Christina has joined us. Hey, Christina, thank you for coming on board. All right. So I guess one of the services of property management, if they're going the full management route, is handling maintenance on the property, right? How do we go about handling any maintenance and repairs on the home?
Absolutely. So once the tenant is on board, they'll actually get a tenant portal that they have access to log into at any time. That's how they'll pay their rent each month, and that's also how they submit work order requests. So anytime that any issues arise for any maintenance, the tenants would submit a work order request, and then we have fantastic vendors that we work with that we would dispatch out to the property to handle any of the repairs that need to be done at the property. Also, for homeowners that do have a home warranty company, we can actually make that part of the tenant's lease, and the tenants can reach out to the home warranty company directly to take care of any maintenance issues that are under warranty. So that's great service for our owners as well.
Very cool. Well, it looks like my buddy George has joined us. Hey, George, thanks for coming on board. And my friend Shane, thank you for coming on board. Christina, your sister says you're looking good. Outstanding.
Of course.
All right. So with maintenance, I guess one of the areas that can cause additional maintenance concerns in a property is with pets. How should an owner allow a pet in their property if they're going to be renting it out?
So it's ultimately the owner's decision of what they want. It's their home, their investment.
Okay.
Some owners are firm with no pets. Some are saying, yes to small pets, no to cats. There's different customization, and we are willing to work with any of that for all of our owners. We actually have an option for them to kind of customize their advertising. Yes to pets, no to pets, whatever they want. Statistics show that about 2/3 of renters are going to be pet owners. So saying no to pets could be a deterrent, but it's ultimately their decision. We automatically don't accept any of the high-risk dog breeds, so that would be your pit bulls, your Rottweilers, Dobermans, German Shepherds, and there's many more on that list, unfortunately. Although they can be great pets, they're still considered high-risk breeds due to insurance. So that's basically our recommendation. We can always do, I love saying, instead of saying no, because I don't like to be negative, I'm a pretty positive person, always like to say pets upon approval. That way you're not saying yes, but you're not saying no.
Okay. Yeah, and I guess the owner has the option of limiting it any way that they want to, right? They can say dogs, no cats, cats, no dogs, animals only up to like 35 pounds or whatever the case may be, right?
Absolutely. And we, mandate all of our advertising as well. So if they, make a decision at the very beginning, but decide to change that later on, we can always adjust the advertising accordingly. All
right. Looks like Karen Rayborn has joined us. Hey, Karen, thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate that. So, why don't you share with us, share with us like a crazy story that
oh goodness,
you've encountered in this business of ours.
Well, this is crazy business. As you know, we hear many different stories. Off the top of my head, the first one that comes to mind I had a client that was a professional baseball player, and they wanted to rent one of our properties in Seminole County. It was fairly new construction, only like maybe 3-4 years old. And we had dealt with many different investment properties through this owner as well. So we had an ongoing relationship. Now, this is a professional sports player, and he was maybe 300 pounds, 7 feet tall, like huge, massive.
7 feet tall, that's a big guy.
Like, I think he came into the office once, and Dan's like, oh my goodness, like, they're massive. 2 guys, actually. Big guys. And so he calls me, he moves into the property, everything went well. And he's like, Heather, is there anything that you can do? Like, there's something going on here. And I'm like almost a little embarrassed to tell you what's going on here, but I think there's ghosts in this property. And I was like, ghosts? Like, really? I've been doing this for a while. That's the first time I ever have heard that. Like, he's like, what, can you do anything? And I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, call Ghostbusters. Yeah, I didn't really know what to say to him. It was pretty bizarre.
What did you say to him?
I was just like, are you sure? Like, he was saying that things are turning on and off. I'm like, your neighbor can have the same frequency on their remote. Like, it's not so bizarre. And he just kept going on and on with all these things. And it's like, okay, we'll get some sage and sorry. I didn't know what to say to him, but I hope everything worked out for him. He didn't call any time in the future to mention anything.
No more ghosts.
Yeah, and it was just a really funny story. So that, I guess, would be something crazy that somebody,
that's pretty crazy.
Just like somebody so big and so bulk and, professional, and it was just really bizarre because here I am, like, this little property manager, and this guy's like towering over me. He's so tall, but he's here.
Wanted you to go over there and protect him.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It was pretty funny. Hey, Monica.
Hey, Monica. And a quick hello to Jennifer as well. And, Karen, anytime you want to come on and do a show with us, we'd love to have you on board. Talk about your business. That'd be great. I remember one time just laying in bed, and all of a sudden the lights in my room just suddenly came on super bright out of nowhere. And just a feeling that you get that anxiety feeling. In our case, it just ended up being the batteries in our remote. They were going out.
He's like, the garage door is opening by itself. I'm like, I'm sure somebody else has that same garage door opener. I think maybe his roommate was playing tricks on him.
Probably.
I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but nonetheless, it was pretty funny.
Holy mackerel. Well, I guess another crazy part of this business with you is that you work with some family members, right?
Yeah, I do. I have the honor of working with my husband, my stepdad, my mom, and my sister. So I don't know how I do it. It's crazy, but somehow it all works.
You ever say to yourself, why are we doing it this way?
Yes, I do. I don't know why sometimes, but it really works for us. Like, I don't know how to explain it, why we do what we do. Most people said that it would be impossible for them to work with their mother, sister, stepdad, husband, but we just really mesh well. We work as a team, and I think of them as like my biggest mentors. I follow their footsteps, and they have great advice, and I learned the business very well from following other people.
Very cool. Yeah, I can totally relate to you, in regards to working with your spouse. A lot of people tell us that, how do you do it? Because you're involved in the day-to-day activities of your business, and then you go home and it just continues.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? What's your secret for?
So Errol and I work really well as a team. He actually joined us while I slowed down. I was having children, so he decided, as I needed to slow down with real estate, that this would be the perfect opportunity for him to come on board. And really from there, we really meshed very well with working professionally and parenting all at the same time. And he works in the field. We're really never in the office at the same time, kind of like you and my mom.
Right.
And it really works for us, and we work together. I can help him, he can help me, and he's bilingual, I'm not, so it really helps with having the opportunity to excel our platform a little bit further because he also is Spanish speaking. So we really work well, and I like working with him. I like seeing him. I like going out to lunch with him. It's good for me. So I have no complaints.
It helps if you like each other, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, you two aren't just a married couple. You're best friends as well.
Yes, for sure.
Evident.
Yeah,
Very
since
nice.
11 years old.
11 years old in macro. All right, so Adriana, thank you for coming on board. Laura Forty Garcia,
Hello.
hey, good to see you. All right, so well, basically part of why you're here is to help with your social media and getting used to it and probably, doing some more Facebook live shows yourself and more online marketing. But I thought a lot of that is in hopes of expanding your business and meeting new people and getting more customers. Who is your ideal customer?
So my ideal customer would probably be somebody that has to move. They have somewhere to go. Let's say that they have a job transfer. Locally would be preferred, and that they either have to rent out their home or sell their home. And the reason I say locally, because maybe they need to purchase another home as well. Let's say that they have a growing family or their area is changing. They want to be a little bit closer to work. So I would say somebody that has to move, because that makes sure that sometimes people get like, oh, they have emotional connections to a property and they don't really want to let it go yet. So somebody that has to move will, either rent out their home or sell, or both. Sometimes we can do both for owners, which is great that we have the flexibility to do sales and property management. And sometimes people will list it for sale. And then once, that person purchases it, maybe they're an investor, we can rent it out for them. There's so many different options when you do both services. So it's nice to have somebody that specializes in both and knows the ins and outs of both sales and property management within this area. So that's great. And social media marketing has been like one of my challenges and my goals for 2019. Just putting myself out there, doing more lives. And that's really just been something that I've been passionate about for this new year. So join my Facebook page. It's Team Castro at Legends Realty.
Very cool. Well, I think you're doing an outstanding job. I expect nothing but great success for you as you continue to move forward in this business.
Yeah.
You're already doing great. So
Thank you.
You're breaking all the barriers. Outstanding. Keep it up. Tell me a situation in which tell me a recent situation where you were able to help somebody, maybe go above and beyond and really help them out outside of just a normal scope of doing business.
So I have one circumstance which was really special in my heart. It was something that, as a realtor, you want to provide and give somebody something that they don't have at the moment. Yeah. This particular family, I was reached out to by a relocation program, and this particular family was in a devastating house fire. They lost everything, including one of their household pets, and they had nothing. And they really needed something short-term as they rebuild their family's home, which was like the worst thing that you ever want to hear from somebody. They lost completely everything. They have nowhere to go. So basically, we were able to find them a home that met their needs. It was able to keep their kids in the same school, so there wasn't much change for them. It was the size home that they need. They got to, I think that one was a pool home. It was basically all within the same area. So they would keep the same neighbors. Everything would be the same. So there wasn't so much, so much has changed. And for a family with young children in school, there was already so much transitioning after losing everything. We wanted to try to keep their life as consistent as possible. It was really, humbling to be able to find them something and also get the property rented for the owner as well, having good quality tenants that would be taking care of their property short term as they rebuild their home. So that was really special to me to be able to do that and to find a home for these people and also get the property rented for the owner at the same time.
What a great story. Wow. So you were really able to step in and affect their lives in a very positive way during a very difficult point.
Yes, very difficult. It was very sad. It's hard. You get emotionally attached to these stories and you want to help any way possible to give them a home and somewhere to live. And we were able to work with the insurance company, making sure that everything was paid in an orderly fashion. Then when their home was built, obviously we were able to, say goodbye on a good note and re-rent the property for the owner.
Outstanding. Well done. Well, look who finally joined us, Errol Castro.
Oh, yeah. He's been out showing property, so he's working in the field today. That's why he couldn't be here today.
Outstanding. Well done. All right. Well, is there anything that you would like to leave our guests with today? Tell me what's a good way for them to get in touch with you if they would like to, get a free rental analysis or get a comparative market analysis on the sale of the property, or they just want to learn more about doing business with you?
So Dan tagged my business Facebook page here as well as my personal page. Feel free to reach out. Either myself or Errol will reach out to you guys, and we'll be quick and happy to respond to any requests that you have, whether it be a free rental analysis, do a CMA for our sellers. If you're looking to purchase a property, or even if you need to rent a property, we can help you with all those needs. You can message me, contact me via email. My email is heathercastro@legendsre.com, or call the main office at Legends Realty, and we'll be able to assist you there as well. So there's many different means to communicate. In real estate, we always say we never get a day off, and business is always great at any time of the day. So reach out to us anytime, and we'll be more than happy to help you.
Well, it's not just a business, it's a lifestyle, right?
Yes, for sure.
All right, outstanding. Well, thank you again for coming on board with us, Heather.
Thank
and
you.
thank you, everybody, for joining us. And happy Friday. You make it a very good weekend. Take care.
Bye, guys.